You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. In today's video, we're going to go through this Pro Football Focus mock draft. They just put one out where it went through 3 rounds of the NFL draft. So they made 3 selections for the New York Giants. We'll talk about each player. I'll give a grade for each pick. Then I'll ask you guys at the end of the show for you guys to grade the mock draft. But first, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel here because we are getting closer and closer and closer to 27,000 subs here on the channel. We're 34 subscribers away from getting to 27,000. That would make us one of the largest Giants YouTube channels out there, and I appreciate everybody that has joined the journey so far. Videos every day on Big Blue. We go live once a week, and we'll be live for the NFL Draft. If you love the Giants and you want to help a brother out, hit that sub button. Help us get to 27K. We're doing it for Brandon Jacobs. The first pick that the Pro Football Focus geniuses over there had the Giants selecting in the 2023 NFL Draft was cornerback Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. This is also a very similar pick. It was the same pick that Todd McShay had in his NFL mock draft that we did last week, and I like Forbes a lot. I also have my concerns as well. He's a little bit undersized at 166 pounds, but I believe if he was 185, 190 pounds, he would be the number 1 corner in this draft. He's long, lanky, and extremely athletic with a 4.35 40-yard dash. When you look at what he did last year for Mississippi State, all he did was just create turnovers. 6 interceptions. He had 3 touchdowns returned from pick sixes. He loves to play a very physical and really, which is surprising because of how small he is. He's not afraid of physicality. He likes to get up in your face and play a little bit of press man coverage. Last year in the SEC, they ran a lot of cover 1. So he'd have 1 safety over the top, but not that much help. He's a really sticky corner. I feel like he plays really good in trail technique and sticks in the pocket of these opposing wide receivers. And he's someone that when the ball is in the air, he makes a play on it. That's why he had 14 career interceptions in his time in the college game. When you look at what he did in coverage and a little bit of advanced stats here, right here, allowed just a completion percentage of 53%, just 284 yards, 3 touchdowns allowed, which is pretty solid, had 10 pass breakups and 6 interceptions. He is a aggressive corner. He is someone that I think takes some risks at times, which I don't mind. And my defensive backs, I like how he is aggressive when the ball is in the air. He turns into a receiver, and he's all about making plays and creating turnovers. When you look at this depth chart for the Giants, they do need to improve their cornerback depth chart. When you think about the long term here, Adoree Jackson's on the last year of his contract. Joe Shane and the Giants are going to have to make a decision on him if they can agree on a mutual price. Darnay Holmes is on the last year of his rookie deal. Aaron Robinson's coming into year 3. He's heading into one of his last years on his deal. You expect Cordell Flott to take a step this year, former 3rd-round pick at LSU. You're looking for him to take that leap and become an outside corner. But if you find one maybe that you think in round 1 that could be a starter for a very, very long time, you got to make that pick, especially with Jackson on 1 year, last year of his deal. Darnay Holmes on the last year of his deal. Robinson is a question mark because he didn't play last year. And Flott is only going to be a sophomore this season. So I want to ask you guys this question. Do you think the Giants should draft a corner in round 1? A lot of different ways Pro Football Focus could have went with this mock draft. They selected Forbes, a corner out of the SEC. Do you think they should do it? Should they draft a corner? Should the Giants do it? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. We got 2 more picks to get to in today's show, but first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, and that is Fume. Go to tryfume.com/chatsports and use code chatsports to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That link's in the comments and description of today's video. Are you tired of struggling with bad habits? Cold turkey might be great for sandwiches, but there's a better way to break free from those pesky habits, and it doesn't involve weird mind voodoo or other bizarre tactics. Introducing our sponsor, Fume, an innovative award-nominated device that helps you kick bad habits to the curb by focusing on the good parts. Scan the QR code that we flashed on screen and learn more about Fume. It's all about embracing the natural. It's not electronic, and instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Best of all, it's free of harmful chemicals and packed with delicious all-natural flavors. The adjustable airflow dial and movable parts and magnets make it perfect for fidgeting, which can help alleviate stress and anxiety while you break your habits. Start your journey towards a healthier lifestyle with the Journey Pack from Fume. Visit tryfume.com/chatsports and use code chatsports for 10% off when you purchase the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com/chatsports. And don't forget to use the code chatsports for 10% off. The link is clickable in the comment section, or scan the QR code to unlock this offer that is on screen right now. 3 unique flavors come in the Journey Pack. That includes crisp mint, maple pepper, and white cranberry. Get started with Fume today. You guys are going to love it. You can thank me later. That link, once again, is in the comments and description of today's show. The second pick that Pro Football Focus had the Giants making was Trenton Simpson, the inside linebacker out of Clemson. This is a guy that I really liked at the beginning of the draft process, and I still do like him, but he is falling down my draft board a little bit. He's a good football player, no doubt about it, and he's got the size that you want in a linebacker. 6'2", 235, and he is extremely athletic, side-to-sideline ranger. We call him a chase guy at the linebacker spot because all he does is wants to chase. He makes plays at the line of scrimmage and right around it. 4 tackles for loss this year, 2.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 72 tackles. He's a read and react player. Needs to get a little bit better about coming off blocks, no doubt about it. He will do that in the National Football League, but he's got all the tools and athleticism that you want. Not the best in coverage, but maybe the most freakish, I would say, at the size and speed that he is, and he's someone that really knows how to get downhill. The question is, should the Giants be using one of their premium draft picks at another linebacker spot after you just gave Bobby Okereke all that money? You brought back Jarrad Davis on a 1-year deal. You still have Darian Beavers, Micah McFadden that could still, get some snaps and get better this year. I wouldn't mind a pick of Simpson, but I do think that linebacker isn't as big of a need as I thought it once was for the Giants, and that's mainly because of the Bobby Okereke signing. I think he's going to be able to hold that linebacker room down. Look, you draft Simpson, that's 2 really talented guys in that room, but I would have liked a center with this spot, or a receiver, or maybe even an edge rusher, because I do believe an edge rusher is a spot that the Giants can improve upon. I don't mind Simpson here. Could have gone a couple of different ways looking at how the board shook out, but I'm not in love with the Trenton Simpson pick at pick number 57. The last pick in this Pro Football Focus mock draft is a wide receiver, Jonathan Mingo, out of Ole Miss, round 3, pick number 89. And this isn't your prototypical slot receiver. Thing is, he did operate out of the slot for Ole Miss, but he is a big, strong, fast, athletic wide receiver. 6'2", 220 pounds. So he had 4.40. So he's got the speed, the size, and the strength to play on the outside, but he just didn't really do that at Ole Miss. He predominantly played out of the slot. He's a bigger, physical, more stronger, I guess you could say, slot receiver. Some people compare him to Anquan Bolden, obviously a little bit bigger there, but you can see the traits that he flashes when you watch his film. He's a really hard tackle when the ball is in his hands. He's good with the ball in his hands. He's a yard after catch guy, and he makes a lot of plays downfield as well. One thing that popped off for me when watching his tape was his contested catch ability. He makes all type of tough catches, one hand, 2 hands, with defenders draped all over him. Just the limited production, only 51 catches and 800 yards is probably why he's not going in some of the early rounds. The question is, do the Giants need to select another wide receiver in round 3? I think they do. I think whether it's round 1, 2, or 3, the Giants have to get better at the wide receiver spot. I like what they're doing right now, but none of these guys really on screen except Wan'Dale Robinson have really anything invested in them and aren't going to be long-term options. Hodgins, 1-year deal. Shepard, 1-year deal. Slayton, 2-year deal. Campbell, 1-year deal. Colin Johnson, 1-year deal. Crowder, 1-year deal. And Jeff Smith, a 1-year deal. I like the talent. I like the collection of players, but you still need a guy that could be your go-to receiver for a long time, and I wouldn't mind a flyer on Jonathan Mingo in round 3. When I go back and I grade these picks, I give Emmanuel Forbes a B+. I truly believe he's got the skills and the talent to be a top corner in this draft. The weight is concerning for me. I like the ball hawk nature that he plays with. I'd give that a B+. I'd give the Trenton Simpson a C+, not because I think he's a C+ level player. I just think the Giants have bigger needs out there, and I'm down with taking best player available, which Simpson may have been at pick 57, but to come out of 3 rounds in this NFL mock draft and not have a starting center or any center selected for the Giants is somewhat concerning. I like Mingo. I'd give him a B grade for that pick. I think the value is good and it fits a need as well. So I got a B+, a C+, and a B for the first 3 rounds for Pro Football Focus. But I want you guys to grade this entire Giants mock draft. What would you give it? A, B, C, D, or F? Sound off for me down in the comment section. I'd give it a B. Just below a B+. I think it's a good draft, but I would have liked a center in those first 3 picks. And honestly, I'm not that high on taking a linebacker in the first 3 rounds anymore. I think you can get one on day 3 that could, justify the need that you have there. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon and have a good weekend.